Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Power Universe episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we're getting into book 3 with season 1, episode 2 of Raising Kanan. And Kimberly, please take a bow. What did you predict, please?
I predicted that D-Wiz was going to take the fall for Buck 20's killing.
Yes, because the streets are talking.
But they needed a body, and he was the body. And unfortunately, Kanan and him both were shooting. They asked each other, was that you? Was that me? Nobody knows. So D-Wiz was chosen by Rock.
So let's get into...
When they were talking in the classroom, and D-Wiz was like, yeah, I'm the one that did it, or I'm the one who put him down. And
yeah.
He's like, you talking about that in public? I was like, oh, he's going to die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, my problem is that last week it was Unique already knew, the streets already knew who did it, which is why Crew went to go kill Kanan, like not D-Wiz. And then it was all three men, was only two of them that shot though, but all three men had prices on their heads. Now this episode, it's, well, no one knows who did it, and the streets are talking and the streets are pointing, and I'm like, but they know that Kanan did it, right? So I'm like, do they know or do they not know? So like, because Deanna, it's like, hey, Kanan, like, how you been? My man is dead. What you been up to? I had a cold. I was sick. You know, that's why I have. You had a drive-by, motherfucker. How is it that no one knows at this school that his house got shot up? The cops were called. No one says anything, huh?
They got bullet casings in front of the house. They didn't even sweep the damn scene.
And no one knows anything about this. You can.
Well, I think they knew, because remember when he walked into the cafeteria and all those dudes was looking at him like hard? They were looking at him, yeah, like
no. He said, Mr. Kanan narrator was like, sometimes when you do shit, you think people are looking at you. No, they didn't know. Like, because then Deanna would have known why she fighting with Mr. Buck's other woman in school.
I think Davina, like what Stacey said yesterday, Davina knows. It's just that she wants Kanan to be honest. She's known him since first grade. Why is he lying to her?
We'll see. I hope she knows. I hope she knows, because this bullshit that no one will have to drive by. Even the principal is like, well, where you been, Kanan? Oh, sick. Scratch your throat. I was like, no, it's called bullet casings, like in front of your house. Can we? Oh, wait. So I was happy D-Wiz was able to clap some cheeks before I knew I was gonna say it.
That was pedophilia.
It was, because he is underage. That was not okay. Like, I appreciate the effort.
They got him a destiny, but I guess that probably wouldn't even be better either. But
no, at least they're both. But yeah, that was not like Power Riders. You do know that kid was a teenager, right? Like he was the best 16, 17 maybe, and he ain't on near 18. Like, he was probably not legal consent age. And Lulu decided, I'm gonna get this man some before I shoot him in the face. Yeah, that was a bit much. And I'm sure the actor is of age, for the record. But I'm like,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I don't know about Tariq though. I mean, Tariq had to wait till he was 18 before he got the clap cheeks. But that's not true, because he technically got some.
Yeah, with that
destiny.
Yeah, best. Yeah,
Ray-Ray's cousin. Mm-hmm.
We didn't see it like we saw it in book 2. I was saying it was implied. I'm saying, like, we got the book 2, like we got to see it relatively. Anyway, I'm getting off track, and we said we're only going to talk about this book. All right. So for Lulu and Raquel to decide that D-Wiz had to go, right? Which was lot. What's up, Stacey?
That was weird. Like, he's just sitting there talking about, oh, my brother just got out of prison, and she's looking at him like, need to kill him. I was just like, what in the Scooby-Doo is happening?
Because it was no discussion with Kanan to verify that this dude was even with him.
Nah, the streets knew that the crew took down Buck 20. All right. So now it's fact. Now it's fact that everybody who was there, except for Davina and the people who should know. But also, this is after Raquel already had her meetup with Unique, who said, the streets need a body. So she was already like, it ain't gonna be my son. So she was like, so D-Wiz was the only one on the chopping block. I guess. So it was the next step.
But knowing how we got into this situation in the first place, is Kanan gonna avenge D-Wiz not knowing that it was the mom's fault? Like she set it up, or is she gonna have a conversation with Kanan? Because we've seen Kanan just go off on these missions.
That's so
with not all the information.
Absolutely. So absolutely. Thank you. There's an absolute real possibility when D-Wiz's body shows up, shot in the
crack sprinkle out over it.
Like he's gonna be like, we gotta suit up, crew. Like,
and what detective is gonna be like, this body must be responsible for the Buck 20 murder. Case closed. Like they did the fat boy in Snowfall, and Leon is just walking around free.
Yep.
It was like everybody knew Leon. The dudes there, they know Leon did it.
Hey.
But just because fat guy is dead, then Leon is off the hook. All of us, like, okay. I'm going. I'm done.
Body. Same thing with Snowfall.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, because Davina's already like, oh, so D-Wiz did it all by himself. You know, your best friend. I wasn't even there, girl. I don't know what.
They were in broad daylight in New York City.
Yes, everybody
know what happened.
Yes,
they were lucky. They know.
Hey, do we know? Do we know? Hey, let's talk.
Let the New Yorker talk, because we don't know nothing about New York, so we can't talk.
Oh man,
the resident New Yorker.
They know. You may have been like behind a curtain, and with one blind up like this, but you saw everything. That is the one thing, especially old people. We all know old people. They don't have nothing else to do but to look out the blinds and pull that curtain and trying to make sure nobody sees them looking. But they will. Unlike my mother, when my mother was alive, she would stand in the screen door and let you see her. And I'm like, why do you do that?
That was Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart made that joke about his uncle, and he'd be like, what you doing? They're staring in front of the screen, and like they're staring there, making mad faces at everybody. Anyway, back to the story. For Raquel and Lulu, not Marv. Marv is not part of the high-level decision-making, and we see why. But Lulu and Raquel to come up with the idea of killing their son's friend, neither Unique nor Bucks 20's family, who we have no idea who they are, officially said that a body is a body. That even though we know Kanan did that shit and we came to kill him for it, we will take D-Wiz as a good compromise and be done with it. No one agreed to this deal. So killing D-Wiz doesn't fix anything. Because they still could be like, we want Kanan too, because he's the one who actually did it. And if not, he was there shooting at Buck 22. So they both need to die. So
at inflation? You said Buck 22.
I know, right?
What, tax, interest? What are we doing?
It's taxes on bullets. Prices of bullets are going up these days. I mean, so like, it doesn't. That's a huge call for no guarantee that this is going to end the beef. And
she's grasping at straws.
They're grasping at straws. And then the fact that he got killed in episode 2 kind of makes me believe this show ain't lasting too long. Like I think this is gonna be. That's why season 2 is already being filmed. I think this is a limited series because they're moving extremely quickly, knocking off these people, So I'm thinking that's what they have an end game with this, and they just need to get to it, and they're trying to get through it.
We can't go to Tyler Perry route, so no.
They at least want to spread these murders out. Oh man, that was garbage. But anyway, the real big issue is Jukebox. Jukebox seeing that Lulu was the last one to see D-Wiz alive. This will come back. Obviously. So when Lulu's body, when D-Wiz's body comes up shot, and then I'm assuming they're gonna start telling the story. Where was he? He was walking over here, and then she's gonna be like, "No, I saw him get in the car with Lulu, Kanan. I mean, I saw that. So what is that all about?
And then also he went in the club. I mean,
nobody's. I mean, unless Marv saw him, and Marv said something. The only thing connecting them it's really Jukebox. Jukebox seeing Lulu with him is probably the only thing that solid connection. So what is Kanan going to do when he starts to think that maybe his drug dealing family sacrificed his friend, to save him?
He better shut up and drink a Coke and a smile, because he's saving his life. I mean, he better not say anything. I wouldn't say anything to my uncles if they made that decision.
Oh, in book 1, yeah, I said it. Kanan talked about you're not a G until you kill somebody you love or whatever,
right.
somebody close to you. So he's learning now, like, sometimes shit has to be done,
Right.
And again, that could start that process. If, like you said, Raquel sits him down to be like, look, you want to be in this life. This is what it means to be in the life. And we had to make a hard decision. But like you said, Stacey, if Kanan once again goes out on his own to try to avenge his friend, assuming that Unique Screw did it, now we're back in this bullshit all over again. And that could be the perpetuating situation that Kanan and his philosophical, convoluted monologue at the end of this thing was trying to have about the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end, but sometimes the end is the end unless it's the beginning. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like,
Confucius.
I mean, I was just like, well, this makes.
Did you get it? I didn't get it. I was like,
I got it, but
But you didn't get it.
Yeah.
All this.
It's kind of the chicken and egg theory,
right?
Okay.
It's like it's a self-perpetuating problem. We get it, like 50, but like that was too much. It was less dialogue, but I still felt I was watching Everybody Loves Chris. Everybody Hates Chris. Like that's what I felt like I was watching at this point. But anyway, so we gotta see how that's gonna unfold. We got that Lulu somehow Lulu and Raquel are the decision makers in the family. Marv is trying his best to be a part of that, and Raquel once again says absolutely not. I'm like, you're not the brains, bro. They're trying to find.
I want to know why. I want to know, what did Marv do that was so bad?
Yeah,
he's the oldest, so I'm like, what did he do that was so bad that Lulu and Rock are like, never again, man, never again.
Like, we can't tell him to plan.
Exactly.
Right? Like we can't even tell him that how we're gonna solve this problem to save our his nephew. They're like, nah, bro, you'll lose Kanan. And you can't keep your mouth shut. I mean, maybe. I mean, for that issue, you can't keep your mouth shut. So anyway, so Lulu brings Raquel the idea of moving the safe house to the bodega owned by the Colombians with Juliana and Gabriel are the characters' names. Juliana is being abused by her husband. How long before either Raquel or Lulu kills this man? I believe this is going to happen at some point.
Eventually.
Maybe she'll kill him and they'll just dispose of the body for her.
Oh, you know what? He went to the airport. He flew out
LaGuardia.
He went to LaGuardia Airport. And
that's in Queens. It's in Queens.
It's got to be near Queens. Oh, that's near Queens. All right. So maybe that's where they start putting the body. That's where Ghost and Tommy learned it. Raquel thinks that the safest place for her son, who's being chased down by Buck's family or whatever random gangster wants to shoot him, is the drug stash house that's being guarded by one man named Scrappy. That's where she thinks her son needs to be so he don't get shot or involved in criminal activity.
Yeah, we've seen how secure safe houses are in other series.
Right? And this place will get robbed. I saw that. I think we saw that in the trailer for the season. Like somebody's going to come up in that house and try to get them drugs. This doesn't make any kind of damn sense. Also, why did she do that? Because your daddy, DEFCON, when I was pregnant with you, told me to sit in the stash house and wait for him. So I'm doing it to you. Mama, where's daddy? Oh, he's dead. Why is that? Oh, because he was a drug dealer. Have we thought about making better decisions in this family? Have we thought about that?
Why is he not at grandma's house? I don't understand.
Why? So
I mean, there would be a show, but
like this don't. Why are you repeating the same steps that got not only your baby daddy killed, but also your boyfriend High Post killed? Like, how about you make different life decisions? You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is not the words of a validated career plan. Like, you want to be like your daddy who's dead, right? Yeah, and his son will be there too. I mean, so it's just a matter of time. But now we getting some backstory into. But then hold up. Kanan said it was High Post that got his mom into the game. Now we're saying that DEF CON got his mama into the game.
Yeah, which is I saw that too. I put that in my notes too. I was like, I'm confused. Like I mean, clearly we know that DEF CON was a drug dealer, and we obviously know that High Post was a drug dealer. How, she was in it with DEF CON, even though maybe she wasn't actually doing the drug, like selling and stuff like that. So maybe that's why Kanan is saying that High Post really got her into it, like, you know, further into.
DEF CON had her sitting in the drug house until he magically murdered, and then High Post takes over and then lets her out. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe High Post was like, hey, I want the woman and the business. I'll just kill DEF CON and then I can get them both.
Could be.
Maybe that's what happened to DEF CON, you know? You're not a gangster till you kill somebody you love. Maybe Raquel killed DEF CON to take his place in the business. Like, maybe that's what we're gonna get into.
I would think maybe High Post killed DEF CON.
We gotta find out. Maybe we gotta find out, but that would be even more ruthless. You know what I'm saying? If maybe she was like, I'm gonna kill this man, kind of like Sons of Anarchy to an extent. Like, hey, I'm killing my man so I can get the other man, right? And then we can work this business together. Because maybe DEF CON didn't want to go the same direction as Raquel and High Post. Perhaps. Okay. So with that, anyway, we meet that now we got, let's talk Detective Howard. So Detective Howard is doing his best Denzel Washington Training Day impression. As he's trying to put Burke to the level of, this is what it means to be a cop on the streets, girl. You stay in this place. You got one day and one day only to prove to me you belong in these Queen streets. Oh, I'm sending your ass home. I was like, what are we doing right now, bro? And then he walks in and he's like, I gotta go see the tailor. Okay, therefore Unique, who's getting his jacket done and is too tight in the chest, excuse me, as he's smoking his oversized cigar. I'm like, he's just too much. The man is too much.
With a big old Unique on the back of the jacket? Really? You don't know your name, sir? Okay.
Very nice.
What's up?
It's very 90s.
Yeah, it is very 90s. That's true.
You remember the outfit Kanan was wearing when he got arrested, when he came out of jail in book 1? Like you remember like that big ass jacket? Like I know it's not gonna go that far. I want to know that Unique put that outfit together, like somehow to be like he tailored Kanan's clothes before it's all said and done. Like he was like, I remember Unique growing up. That's how I got this big ass jacket. As he's smoking his cigar when he gets out of jail. Anyway, Unique's conversation with Detective Howard, we seem to get the impression that that Howard is like, I don't want this woman running these streets. I miss High Post. So I'm betting on you, Unique.
I said that yesterday.
You did. I feel like it has to be more to this story though. But yeah, right now, it looks like the men are trying to gang up on the women. We'll see how that works out. But I mean, I thought that was kind of odd. Marv. So Marv goes back to Hugo's club. We still have not seen Hugo. I mean, for the record. And he meets up with Tony. Tony is the name of the white woman publicist whose dog was mysteriously murdered. Marv first, he meets up with Symphony to try to scare him and to check his intentions with his younger sister. What you think of the line, that's very dark skinned of you?
He said a lot of wild shit in this episode.
I was like, this is the second time that black folks are like, black people work that shit. They're like, no, we light skinned people are just weak ass people. Like you gotta be dark to be deadly. Drake put it. to be dark and deadly. Oh, that's new hair product. Anyway, I was like, I was like, why are we still doing this, bro? Why are we still trying to perpetuate the idea that light skinned dudes, cannot be strong? I mean, Ghost was light skinned, you know what I'm saying? And he was murdering a lot of people.
He wasn't that light.
I mean, he wasn't like Drake.
New Jack City.
He was a mocha. Mocha.
Speaking of light skin, I'm going with this. But Mario Van Peebles. Mario Van Peebles directed this episode. Is that why Kanan had
is that why they kept dropping the reference?
Yep. You think that's why he had a bootleg copy of New Jack City? I mean, come on, bro.
They couldn't go to Blockbuster and get like an official rental.
We don't rent shit.
I rent it.
It's like, no, we got the bootleg. I'm like, they're stealing electricity from the house next door. That's why they gotta move. That's why they gotta move the drug stash.
Yep. And they ain't gonna catch on in a minute.
We're stealing power. I was like, God damn, we broke. Oh man, it was hilarious. But Marv, yeah, he clearly showed why this episode why he should not be making. He don't make good decisions. I mean, he just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's because they're broke. The reason why they're pirating the electricity is because they're drug dealers, and no one wants to put their name on a Con Edison bill saying, yes, I am the person who owns this
house. but like people see the house, right? Like at some point, like the local cops are gonna be like, that's a drug house over there. You know how I know? Because no one owns the lights. Like we checked the house. Like there's still electricity.
Even more reason why you don't want your name on the bill.
Exactly.
Until they kick down the door, you know what I'm saying? They're like, y'all getting arrested because you stealing electricity. That's already a crime. So y'all going to jail for that.
That's why they put the kids in the house, because they're too young to do any real time.
So maybe I like this. So back to that, I like how scrappy you had to break the truth down to Kanan. He's like, no, bro, I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to babysit you because your mom don't want your dumb ass on the streets. And he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, motherfucker, you just killed somebody. Like, how do you not get that? Symphony. So as they're speeding this story up, Symphony is already clapping them cheeks with Raquel. What? That's what Mark Dark. I give credit where credit's due. I heard he said that. I was like, I gotta find a sex scene so I can say that. I always forget, but I was like, today we're gonna talk about clapping cheeks. All right, because they want to show you that Raquel is a strong, independent woman that takes that dick when she wants it.
Because Symphony was like, we can go slow. She was like, nope, zip. Here we go. It's here. Take it.
Like, I didn't put on my cute draws for nothing.
I did my hair and shit. I listened to Anita Baker. Was that Anita Baker? I think it was Anita Baker.
That's Whitney
Houston. Who she was listening to when she was getting dressed.
Oh. Yeah, I think that was Anita Baker.
I was like, she's like, I got all my love music. Well, I guess she wants an alibi when D-Wiz's body shows up. I guess.
Yeah,
everybody got an alibi. Very
Tasha of her.
Oh yeah. That's a good point. Fuck your way into an alibi. I was with so-and-so. Speaking of unhealthy parenting relationships, you see how Kanan looked when he was like, I smell dick on you. Like, I think you about to go see a man. Like, he was like he wasn't happy. Kanan was not happy. Kanan was like, were you about to go see a man? Like, I'm here for you. I was like, we seen this bullshit before. Tariq and Tasha, right?
That's typical teenage men.
Dude,
that's what they do.
But I felt it though. She was like, it's okay, Squeeze. I only love you. It's all right. Like he's not gonna replace you. Like she's like, no, girl, you about to go get it. I know the signs, mama. She better take a shower before she comes home. Anyway, so Symphony seducing her with his mind and his knowledge of the city. That was beautiful. Like he talked his way into those draws. I mean, him looking good just helped. I mean, she's like, oh, you so smart. You want to get into bed? Yes. And he tried to cook. But she was like, I don't need food. I need penis. So let's talk about the body double. Kimberly, you feel that was a body double? going on?
Yes, the part where she was riding, I honestly wholeheartedly believe that was a body double because all the hair. Now we know normally when women have weaves or whatever they have, they pull the hair back or they pull it to the side and it's hanging down so that you can see their face. All the hair was down. That was somebody else riding, which is fine. I mean, this is she seems to be a very classy woman, so I guess that wasn't something she agreed to. But she was in the part where she was laying down and he was on top of her, so you saw her face.
Right.
So you saw that, but the one where riding, oh, absolutely was not that woman.
That's a good point. Because in Power Book 1, every woman was naked. Naturally, you saw face and ass. So you like
yes.
who's in this scene? Like,
yes.
Andy stayed butt naked.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, and that's my thing. So anyway, with Symphony and Raquel, actually, in the beds. It begs the question again: what is Symphony's story? Is he truly just a bartender turned educator about the urban development? Is there more to his story? Like, where's this going? Like, how's this going to complicate the the business and the situation? Like, it's going to have to be something. Sure. We just got to figure that out over time. But then anyway, after they get done, that's when coincidentally, that's when Lulu calls to be like, home run. I don't understand the reference. I don't understand.
You said when they were talking about the plan, they were talking about baseball.
They said Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, they didn't want Marvin to know.
Right. Well, why that player? That's what I'm saying. Like, I was like I don't know.
He's a hitter. Reggie Jackson is a hitter. So it's a hitman reference.
All right.
That's what it was.
All right. Okay. So there you go. The more you know. Because I was like, why would you say that? Like, I was like, how's this even connected? Anyway, poor dude, he didn't even see it coming, bro. No pun intended, I suppose.
Like, he was just talking and talking. Happy.
Oh.
I was like, oh, poor baby. And Lou felt bad.
Yeah.
I saw a little. It looked like he had a little, tinkle, little in his eye. Yeah.
Like, oh, bro, like I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Do you though? Because again, you never negotiated that this is the right way forward. This is a reactionary, like decision. Like you and anyway.
Rock said, you gotta know how to follow directions.
Right.
Lou knows how to follow directions.
Yeah.
and that's pretty hard. So let's talk about white women. So last week's episode, Chris, he's not here today. He's on vacation. Chris said, like white women make black men go crazy. And I was like, where's he going with this shit? But then I watched this episode and I was like, damn it, Chris, you were right. Because Marv, he gets an fight over Tony Deep.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, you fought for me.
Is ever done that? What is with these women on the show? Was this a nice thing? I don't know. Like,
first Jessica last week, now Tony this week.
Why was he out do anything for my girl? When did this woman
that came out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere,
dude. I'm like, is this your first white girl? Is that what it is? You're like, oh shit, I made it. He's like, I finally did it. I achieved. I'm like, she just said your family probably killed my dog.
Right.
She called his sister a bitch. I'm like, how do you not smack the shit out of her for one? Like, how do you get to this the woman I need to be having sex with to like what happened defending your sister? Like, she just called your sister a bitch. I like, and she's like, well, you kind of he caused a fight in the line of the club that he was trying to get his people into. And somehow she's like, I'm gonna kiss you and I'll see you after you get arrested. This show lost all kind of credibility with me at that point. I was like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, this is some Tyler Perry shit. And like, that's not a compliment. I thought I was watching Benny. And right now. I was like, is Benny here? Is that what we're doing? Fuck me, man. I was like, come on, guys. You got to do better. You got to do better with Marv, bro. No, man. I don't want to see Tony again. I give a fuck about this character. Like, why is she even here?
She is here for the long haul, and I am not happy.
Dude.
She's annoying. She's unnecessary. And now this is going to be his girlfriend.
Hey,
What happened to her the other dude she was banging?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Who's that dude? Like, and where's Hugo? Hugo, that was supposed to be Hugo's woman. He's supposed to own the club. Where the fuck is it? Is he like Howard? Is he like Simon Stern? Like he only shows up like 2 times in the season and shit, but we haven't even seen him. It doesn't make sense. The white girl got man going crazy. Anyway, second white girl doing wild things is Nicole. So Nicole and Jukebox expressed their love in this episode. Mm-hmm. Their first kiss. It was so beautiful that Jukebox started singing Whitney Houston.
And we entered into Empire.
I told you. I was like, this is going to be a musical whenever necessary. And she has a beautiful voice. Don't get me wrong.
She's a Broadway star. So, yeah.
But it made no damn sense. And once again, once the lesbian love starts, the woman sees everything. She's like, this is what I've always wanted and always needed. And I realize who I am and I need to commit myself to this woman. I'm like, every damn time. Can I just see one bad lesbian relationship? Just one. Just one where they're going through some shit where a lesbian girl doesn't know how to treat their woman, don't know how to please her. Can I just get one scene like this?
You need to watch the L Word.
I did. And every show was like, when I watched that show, I watched it back to back. I almost felt like men were irrelevant. Like I was watching, I was like, this show is almost like, I had to watch The Sopranos to balance it out. I was like, I had to go, I was like, this show is like, anyway. So Nicole, it would irritate the fuck out of me with this whole Nicole Jukebox thing, was when people date someone outside of their range and they get intimidated. We see it in The Chi with when Kevin dated Gemma. And Gemma trying to be nice to Kevin, and he can't handle it because she has more money than he does. That's what we got here. They got Jukebox with a rich white girl. Because she's white, she has to be rich. She can't be the female versions of Tommy. There's got to be some broke-ass white women running around Queens that she could get with. Like, why does she got to be rich and from the Upper East Side? And I just don't know how to deal with your broke-ass black people. But I just want to support you, baby, because you're my baby. And all of a sudden, fucking Jukebox is like, I can't believe you want to buy me something and treat me well.
I got my own money. From where?
From where? You just sold a jacket, girl, and you doing that for studio time. Let this white woman put you in the studio and get your career going.
It worked for bigger.
See what I'm saying? Fuck up. If I may quote another STARZ show, like, lick your way up into success.
Wow. Okay. Is it? Do I need to say too far?
No. It's all good. It's all good. Your face alone said probably too much, but it's gonna happen. Let's say before this season's over, somebody's going down on somebody. That's just how that shit's gonna work out. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So as I said, my point is, it's beautiful that she found love. We all know this poor girl's gonna die. That's just facts, and it's gonna be tragic. You know what I'm saying? We lose your first girl, and I'm sorry because they loving hard already, and I'm gonna feel bad, but she ain't long for this world. So thank you, Nicole, for everything you brought. White girl.
Utilized.
What's up? Yeah, I'm doing it already because she
obituary.
I don't think she's making it through the season, to be honest. Like I mean, as fast as this show is moving, I don't think she's making it through the season. So I'm not getting too attached. But anywho. The fact that Jukebox is working on her music career, she still thinks she has a shot. We got to see that fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can see again how she thought she was going to be. That being a cop, a crooked cop, is not what she started off to be. That's not what she wanted to be in life. But that's what she ended up being. So how do we get there? For example. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of a tragic story since we know how it's going to end. But she still has hope, and that's beautiful. And again, I mean, I'm looking forward anytime to her singing because she has a great voice. I'm waiting for the dance. I say it again. Somebody in this show is gonna have a dance number. Like it could be.
Is it blind spotting? Like what are we doing?
No, not that far. But again, at this art school that they're a part of, there's somebody's gonna be dancing either in the cafeteria, on the street, in the actual class. There will be some dancing to go all this wonderful singing. That's gonna happen. I just see it coming. Because when Symphony and Raquel was having sex, and I still heard the song. I was like, who's singing? Like, is that a soundtrack they're playing? I was like, no, that's Jukebox. I'm like she's singing her heart out, and I was like, oh, well, her auntie's getting it, and then I guess
in the bathroom.
And I'm like, who's
the acoustics? It's the acoustics.
That's true. That's true.
And I was like, that's awesome. I'm like, I was like, it made her feel that way, but I'm like, when's the scene? So I guess maybe next episode is going to be Raquel and Jukebox sitting there on the bed talking about their loves and how, like, you know, I got a man and well, I got somebody too. Like maybe they're gonna move. This thing is moving fast. So what's gonna happen in episode 5? To me, a lot of big things have happened already. I'm like, what could happen in episode 5 that changes the whole game at this point?
I mean, they still have a whole nother season, so I don't think it's gonna be like a ton of stuff. But
is D-Wiz's brother Breeze? I just want somebody to be Breeze. I'm like,
that would be awesome.
I'm saying, because she was like, "Where's your brother?" Like she was like, and he doesn't have a name. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Where?"
That is true. Yeah, that's a good one.
That would be good.
Could be.
That would be good. She's like, they killed my family, right? And then fucking Kanan's like, they killed my best friend. And then they're like, we need to kill these fuckers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe that's how they put it together. At least Lulu. Like one of those brothers need to. At least Lulu's the one that shot him. So maybe they're like, I just got to kill my Uncle Lulu to avenge my friend, depending how close their friendship is.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
I don't know. What y'all think? What you think? I see Stace. I see what?
Could be.
I don't know, man. I was actually thinking that maybe Detective Howard is Kanan's dad. Like for real?
I believe that him and Rock have a past. Like maybe they grew up in the same neighborhood. Something. Maybe they had a relationship. There's so many maybes. Yeah. But we don't have any confirmation. We do know that he's on Unique's side for a reason. Like he's angry with Rock for a reason.
Yeah, all right.
What that reason is.
See, they dated. She's like, I can't be seen with the cop. Maybe they were fucking around when High Post was around. High Post got murdered for confessing. He said he was snitching. He talked too much and he got burned up. Maybe Howard's the one that did that. Maybe they had a relationship going on all that time. Maybe he wanted to be with Raquel. Raquel's like, no, I'm in the streets. I gotta be with a street dude. Maybe Kanan is his actual dad. Maybe Kanan's his son. Maybe that's why she was like, you don't need to talk to him. Last episode, he was like, can I talk to you, Kanan, about whatever? And she was like, you don't need to talk to him. I was like, if we don't see,
I would have been like that too, though. You don't let your kids talk to cops for no reason.
Yeah, sure. I need more of this relationship though. I need some deeper meanings behind this. And maybe I'm just stretching. It could be. I see Steve. What's up? Would that be too much?
We don't need no more fraternity scandals, nothing. I was full of them. And no, Symphony is not Ghost's dad. Stop it.
No. Yeah, I Stacey, when you said something, I kind of thought about it. I was like, yeah, the dates don't match up. So yeah.
Well, the Symphony was what?
Ghost's dad.
It was one of the guys, Rudy P. Magic, came up with that. He's on YouTube, and he said that, and I kind of was like, and then I sent it to you guys to look at it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Stacey was like, no. And then when she said that, I kind of thought about it, and then went back in my Rolodex and was like, no, that's not possible. But he's cute, like he is cute, just like like Ghost.
So that being said, segue. Now that like Hugo's Club is gonna be a thing, right? Marv is gonna be hanging out there with Tony.
Okay, Courtney specifically said that this club was not gonna be a thing.
It's a thing.
You can't listen to Courtney. You need to stop listening to Courtney. Like 50's gonna do what he wants to do. I'm just saying maybe Ghost's dad's club and Uncle Gabe's club is going to be the competition to this club. Like maybe like there's it's possible to kind of just introduce that, right? Like without Ghost and Tommy necessarily, if he's still alive, I just feel like I just feel like at this point Ghost is living with Tommy and Kate now. I think Because it's too close to them meeting Breeze and Kanan. I mean, so I think his dad is already dead. That means Uncle Gabe is still around though. Uncle Gabe still runs the club, so you still could have that Uncle Gabe with the club. For some reason, not caring where Ghost is at, but like maybe he's still running the club, and that could be in Queens or something. Or because it is in Queens, it's in the local neighborhood. So it would be interesting if they kind of do that. Anything else? Who's the next friend to die? So D-Wiz is gone. The crew's getting smaller. It wasn't that big to begin with. Who do you think next is on the list?
Probably Famous.
He's the only one that's left expendable. Because
and they kept looking at him funny. He was kind of avoiding letting Lulu talk to his sister. Yeah. And he's like, oh, I don't think you want to talk to her. Like, I think Lulu is going to get upset and just like choke him out.
Damn. That's I think Marv would do something like that. I mean, I can see Marv doing that. I don't know. Lulu would go that far. I think they want us to like Lulu. Like maybe if he like assaulted Jessica, sad to say, and then like Lulu, and then like maybe Famous tries to try to protect her, and then he kills him that way. That could be a thing. But like he still seems like a likable guy, like right now.
Until he put a bullet in D-Wiz's head.
I mean that was business. I mean,
yeah. I think they want us to like Lulu.
But he had that old Predator vibe when he drove up in the car. Like, hey,
he did.
In the car. I was just like, this ain't gonna end well. I've seen enough after school specials. This does not end well, boys and girls. Do not get in the car. I don't care if you know him. If it's the uncle, the brother, don't do it. Just keep on. Matter of fact, yell for help. No, yell fire or something. I don't know.
Oh, that was 7. He was like, yeah, I always yell fire. People come running for fire. Let's talk about the bullshit with the telephone book delivery thing.
Oh, that was funny. Was that supposed to be comic relief? Because I laughed.
This is some bullshit, bruh. Like,
and first off, that's not how they do it. They walk up to your door and they put it in front of your door. They don't throw it on the street.
Like a fucking murderer.
In a newspaper.
Even that, you don't have the lookout in the back. Like, keep on rolling, bruh. I got this. And then like
he's more efficient that way.
No, bruh. And that's the only telephone they had to deliver that day. Like it was 4 or 5 houses before they got to her place. I'm like, They just rolled up to be like, we need to go to the Starks house and drop off a telephone book. We ain't got time to stop. Just drive up, draw it out there, and keep it moving so they don't make eye contact with you.
On the street, though. You put it on the street, not at the address, on the street. That was dumb. That made no sense.
I was like, you got to keep your head on the swivel. I thought she was going to say that. You got to keep your head on the swivel. He was like, huh? He just picked up a bullet casing. And he's like, huh? What's going on, mama? I was like, did you not see the truck drive up next to you? Nope. I was focused on this bullet casing. I guess you said I could have got shot.
I had it in headphones so he can blame it on the music.
He did the exact opposite of what she said.
Right.
She said, pay attention.
At all times.
At all times. And he was like, nah.
Why you got him out here walking to school anyway? Like, he's running for murder. He has a whole hit on him.
But then she's like, take care of yourself, Kanan. Keep yourself safe, but you take yourself to school now.
Look twice before you walk across the street. Okay, baby?
Somebody might hit or shoot you.
Don't take candy for kids and don't get in cars with strangers.
I don't know. And then but then she's like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to drive you to school. And be like
Tasha.
At least she finally did it. It took imprisonment, but she finally did it. So in that sense, Raquel is a better mama than Tasha. Yes. And that ain't saying much though, because she's running a drug organization. She still comes home to cook breakfast and dinner for her son.
He packs him a lunch. He got his little lunch in his bag.
And packs him a lunch. And that's why he's like, Mama, you can't leave me for a man. It's only me. Anyway, all right. That's another story. All right, guys.
So Kanan gonna kill Symphony.
That's right. You ain't taking my mama.
Fucking my mama.
Oh, shit. I didn't want to do it, mama, but he said it's gonna take you away from me. I gave up my whole future for you. The least you can do is not have another man for the rest of my life. Because I remember High Post, not my daddy. He's like, I remember High Post. Anyway, anything else for this episode, ladies?
Are we gonna get another music session with Jukebox?
Oh, that's
I understand this is a Broadway star. I love Broadway. I've seen like a million Broadway, off Broadway shows. Wonderful. I love her voice and everything. But I'm gonna need them to continue to be drug dealers and deal. I I don't really need to hear her sing again. Like, let's just pump the brakes on that. We know she can sing. We've heard her twice. Let's go past this and move on to what makes this young lady the ruthless killer she was in Power. Let's move on.
And what happened to I could sing any song on the radio, though? They used to ask me to sing a song and I just start singing. We still haven't got that, mind you. The only thing we knew about the whole singing origin, and we still haven't got that shit. Okay. She needs to sing at D-Wiz's funeral.
Oh,
that's where she needs to sing.
Sing again?
I'm just saying, like, appropriate times. There's gonna be a lot of funerals. Like, she needs to be like, "Hey, could you like, yeah?" D-Wiz Buck 20 would have been hilarious. Could you sing at Buck 20's funeral, girl? We heard you got the best voice in the neighborhood. Would that be okay? Sure. I mean, we're the reasons why we're the guests of honor anyway. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
The murderers at the.
I was like, hey,
that's how it is.
Hey, Snowfall. How about you do a repass for the man you killed? It's like, that's some cold shit right there, bro. Oh man. Anyway, so I mean Ruiz paid for the funeral of the man he killed.
Angel's funeral.
Right? Thug, like, he was like, "I'm sorry. If there's anything you need, just contact me." I mean, I did put her there, so the least I could do is help you. I mean, right? Because anything else would be uncivilized. Oh, like that. Oh, that's what. True gangster. Raquel should have been like, send some money to Buck 20's mama. We're sorry. Shit happens. But don't fuck with us. Like, a real criminal organization would have been like, this is your severance. Make yourself feel better. But what you don't do is come fuck with us, because we will kill you. Right? Marv was right. They should have did something to Unique to show these people that they cannot be fucked with, and Raquel is wrong for not doing anything. Like, they're proving themselves to be weak, and Unique will act accordingly. And Buck's family, whoever the fuck that is. Anyway, Davina being upset that her boyfriend's whole life was summed up in 4 sentences. What did you want them to say? He was a teenage drug dealer? I mean, that's 1 sentence. I mean,
he was cheating on you. Why
who
do
was
you care?
That's the 2nd sentence. Teenage drug dealer, period. Cheating on his girlfriend, 2nd period. Killed on the street, 3rd period. Thank you. That's what survived by who gives a fuck. Because. And then she didn't even say the obituary. She said the section where people write about dead people. They have a name for that. They have a name for that.
Well, I think it was more of a newspaper article. Young teen murdered, news at 11, bloop, and then it just fades off.
No news at 11. This is all the news right there. It's all you getting, bro. Like, you lucky we did that. Oh my God. But there's no coverage of the fucking drive-by at this man's house. Oh, kiss my ass. Like that just don't make local news. Anyway. All right. Anything else for this episode? All right, then we will see you next week. Thank you guys very much for watching. Where do you think the season's going? Who you think is going to die, and in what order? This is a prequel. Everybody but Kanan and Jukebox are going to lead this show in a pine box. That's just how this works. Like, so you just got to figure out who you want to see go first. And apparently D-Wiz was the first, but he definitely won't be the last. Huh? Oh, Buck
22 with inflation.
With inflation, Buck 22 was first. Oh, real quick. So that was Isaac Newton that he was quoting when he said Newton said about the stars. Was that Isaac Newton he was quoting that Kanan was trying to sound smart at the beginning of the show?
Probably.
Oh, no.
When he was talking about the stars, I was just like, that's too much. And then, like, again, just stop narrating. Like, just, I'm asking, just shh.
So you do understand this show is already taped. So.
I'm just praying. Hey, they listen to the. Well, they can't do that, right? But I'm praying that it just lessens. How about it lessens? The closer we get to like episode,
well, we got less this time.
It was a lot less. Still, that last monologue made no damn sense. We agree, right?
Yes.
I got lost in all those what.
And I had closed caption and kept reading it and slowing it down and stopping it. And I was like, okay, what is he trying to say? And it was clear. He wasn't mumbling.
You guys just,
yeah, we missed it.
I understand.
He's like, think about it, bro. It's like that's a high level thinking that only Kanan could do until he was outsmarted by a teenager. Anyway,
two teenagers.
Oh, Tasha. So you got Tasha and Ghost. That's right. Actually, probably more Tasha. Tasha was like, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker. Because she was the brains in some cases. Anyway, guys, see you next week. All right.